The parathas are crispy and flaky but tears away easily, just like a dhaba. And the aloo filling that we made, no words guys. Let's make the dough. Here I have 1 cup of whole wheat flour or regular chakki atta. Next I'm adding 1 cup of resultant atta or chalani atta. Dhabas normally use this for making tandoori rotis and parathas like this one. Many people also use this for making pani puri and all. You can find this atta in wholesale grocery stores. Next we will add some salt, about 1 teaspoon of ghee and use water to make a dough. If you don't have this atta, don't worry, it is very similar to maida but it is better in nutrition. You can use maida instead of this. Use half a cup of maida and 1.5 cups of whole wheat flour. As I said, we need a soft dough. The dough is formed. Now we will add water, something like this, and start kneading the dough with our knuckles for about 2 to 3 minutes. The dough is done. Now we will let it rest for about 10 minutes. While the dough is resting, we have to make the potato stuffing. And we need the stuffing to be pretty sharp and spicy. Here I have 4 boiled, peeled and mashed potatoes, about 1 chopped onion, 3 tablespoons of chopped coriander, 1 inch of ginger, 1 green chili chopped. If you have anardana powder, you can use that also. It will bring a very nice flavor. I didn't have it, so I have skipped it. I'm adding the masalas, about 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of kasuri methi, half a teaspoon of amchur powder, half a teaspoon of kala namak or black salt, 1 teaspoon of roasted jeera powder, half a teaspoon of kalonji and salt to taste. Everything is in. We will mix it and mash it to make the spicy, powerful aloo filling. This looks done. Now let's make the paratha. The dough is soft. We will divide it into portions. For making each paratha, we have to make 2 medium-sized portions like this one. Now let's roll them. You can dust it with some atta and begin rolling to a normal sized roti. Don't roll it very big. So this is done. Similarly, I am going to roll the second one. Both have to be in the similar size. Now we will take one of the rolled roti, place about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the potato stuffing and spread it. Don't make the stuffing layer very thin, keep it medium, otherwise there won't be much flavor and the parathas can tear. Add about half a teaspoon of ghee on top and sprinkle some dry atta. Now comes in the second rolled paratha and we will stick it together with our light hands and begin rolling it into a oblong shape. When we roll it like this, the dough layer gets very thin and it cooks crunchy. Plus, the potato stuffing studs in the dough, so the flavor comes out even better. As the chakla is small, I am rolling it on the counter now. This one is done. Similarly, I am making the second one now. You have to sprinkle the dry flour over the potato stuffing only if the potato stuffing is moist and soft. In winters, the potato that we boil does not come out very wet. It remains fluffy and dry, so you won't have to sprinkle dry flour as I did right now. The second one is also done. The tawa is hot. Let's place it on. We will cook it on high heat until the bottom side is done. Then flip and apply ghee. Flip again, apply ghee and cook this until golden on both sides. Keep the flame high. Because of the atta, this will get crispy and tasty. The paratha is golden. Let's take it out. Let's peel it off. We want to peel the top layer and roll it something like this using tongs. If you are making it for the first time, it can be difficult to roll the paratha on a tawa. I'm going to show you a different method also. The first one is done. The second one is cooking now. We will peel off the paratha, take it out on a plate and roll it with hands. The paper paratha is done. Our atta does the magic in this recipe guys. I have served it hot. The parathas are crispy and flaky but tears away easily, just like a dhaba. And the aloo filling that we made, no words guys. Try it out, share your feedback. I hope to see you soon with one more video. Bye guys, take care.